the plan for today is I'm going to talk to my special guest, which should probably introduce themselves. Who are you and what do you do?
Can you hear me guys now? Good. Yeah, my name is Guido Schmidt, and I'm a principal designer, and I'm working on the AI initiative for Stellaris at the moment.
So, what does that actually mean? What do you do on a day-to-day basis on the Stellaris team?
Oh, it depends. Uh, Usually, we are looking into why the AI behaves the way it does, pretty much.
You,
That includes like playing the game a lot, but also like letting it run super fast and observing like why is the AI doing this
mhm.
stuff or that stuff. And then once we've like cornered a certain behavior that we're like not happy with or that we want to improve, then it's really going through the code base, like going step by step through the code and like understanding, okay, why is the AI just like taking a certain decision here or there, and then fixing it. So
So on that note, because you usually hear about, when it comes to AI, that whenever an AI does like have a like weird behavior, that's kind of when you hear about it, right? And then you guys come in and it's like, well, this is probably not what it should be doing. Uh, and I'm sure we'll get to that because you gave me an example before we started, which I thought was really interesting. But is there anything the AI is currently really good at?
what it's really good at.
Oh, I think my
Uh,
audio's fixed. Yes, it
uh,
is. The delay is much smaller now. Thank you.
I mean, in general, AI is good at like micro management
Mm-hmm.
because no human can keep up with the AI taking decision, like the speed of the AI taking decisions. But that doesn't necessarily translate into like being smart or actually like good at the game.
Because
But yeah,
I was going to say I guess that's one of the problems at least I rarely thought about before I started working at Paradox is that AI isn't necessarily just being like playing the game efficiently. It's also making sure that the AI is an interesting opponent to play against, right?
exactly. Yeah, I mean, there is always the way of making the AI play the game perfectly,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean that the game is necessarily fun.
Yeah.
No. If the AI would like perfectly evaluate every impending combat, for example, it would never attack. But you kind of want AI to like attack your defenses, for example,
Yeah.
or the AI should also role play a bit more. I mean, we what we have been doing in the recent months is pretty much getting the AI back up to speed in terms of like posing a challenge to the player.
Mm-hmm.
Because it due to like some rebalancing of the economy and code updates and new feature development, the AI was like trailing behind a bit. So it was a bit too easy. So
Yeah.
what we're now is giving it making it smarter, basically. And we've invested a lot of time into the economy, into the economic
Yeah.
decisions. So it's like 3.1, 3.2, but like also for the next update, I think the AI is like significantly better than before.
So okay, so what you're saying is that at this point, if we lose from this state, it's kind of like it's our own fault. I mean, I guess it's always our own fault. Like we can't really blame the AI, but we can be like, oh, it's because the AI is good, and not because we're bad. That's my takeaway.
You can use it as an excuse, I guess.
But I
It's-
mean, that's I actually fired on in Twitch chat says like define better, and I think that's also one of the things that's really interesting about AI and game challenges, right? Because first things, not first things, but one of the things I learned early, which I wasn't aware of, was because and this was a few years ago when the analytics team looked at like for Hoi specifically, like what difficulty are people playing on, and it turned out because I think that the Hoi team and especially us in marketing were kind of like, oh, everyone's playing this on like harder modes because they want the challenge, and it turned out that no, most people are playing this on the easiest difficulty because they want to have a nice relaxing time conquering all of Europe as Belgium, which I'm not saying you can apply that to Stellaris. I'm just saying that there's there's more to think about than just what's challenging for one person is not necessarily challenging for another. So it's important to make sure that the AI works on several levels, right? Now I'm just doing word poop. I'm going to let you talk about that instead.
No, but that's why I have like the difficulty levels. And
actually, what changes in the AI on the different difficulty levels? Then are there any big changes?
What changes most is that at the higher difficulties they will just get production bonuses.
Okay.
Which makes the AI in general more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But behavior-wise, it's kind of similar. It's the same. So that's also what we've been focusing on. Like on the I think Ensign is the standard difficulty,
yeah.
Where it doesn't get any bonuses. And what we wanted the AI to get back to is like, okay, at this difficulty, it should be able to completely handle its own economy in a very good way, let's say, so that it can at least keep up with the player.
So, and I think in that regard, like it is getting bonuses, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's cheating, right? It doesn't necessarily know information that the player doesn't have access to.
It's one of our pillars actually, that the AI plays the same game as the player.
Yeah.
So we're like as little cheating as possible.
Communications established.
Oh.
Okay, the Riggin Commerce Exchange. And this is another commerce exchange. Okay, well, hello.
Hello.
We'll talk to you guys later when we have money.
We could disband one of the science ships.
Disband the science ships?
My God, we have like how many science ships?
We have.
Like all of them cost upkeep as well.
We have 5 of them. We can't disband the science ships.
So why do we need 5?
This is what I like playing with devs, because you can never agree on what should be done. And whenever I play with someone, the person who played previously, they're like, yeah, they were doing it all wrong. I'm gonna put it to automatically survey, because I refuse to disband my science strips. I've learned. Okay. So we have now gotten our energy production is. Oh right. Are we? Hang on. Are we here building this thing, or are they? Hang on.
We're not, because it costs 100 and we don't have 100 yet.
Yeah, but we can buy 100. This is such a good mineral. We should really get that.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Are we? What do we have in this system? This is R. And this is a. All right. I think they're trying to claim it from us. Buy 100.
Starbases cost.
Oh yeah, they cost.
It's not surveyed.
Yeah. Why? Who's surveying it? Where are you? Oh, you are actually surveying.
Well, there is a. Oh, there is
they are surveying it. So we should still.
Yeah, but if they have a construction ship already in the system, they're probably faster than we are.
Yes, but you know we are. I refuse to give up this easily.
Okay, now jump on it.
Go.
This.
Build starbase. We didn't even need mineral. All right, well.
Construction complete.
No.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I thought so too, but I was being. I really wanted it, you know. There are, but actually, we should probably expand here instead.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because this is like there are a lot of like minerals over here. That's nice and lovely. Let's see, we're halfway through planetary administration over there.
Oh yeah, I can actually just mention what we talked just before the stream started.
Yes.
That this thing where the AI is splitting its fleets into like 1,000,001 ship fleet. That is also something that we have fixed now.
Yeah. So what was the what for those that haven't seen it, what was the issue was that the AI, rather than having one or two big fleets, they just split
Yeah,
all of
it's
their
like,
ships in. And
yes, and it's like, oh my god.
well, okay. Lobsarians, how delightful. We hadn't expected to encounter you for a few centuries yet. Personally, I thought you would wipe yourself out long before leaving gravity well, but I am glad to be proven wrong. So, enigmatic observers. Do you want to tell them to keep to yourself, or...
Maybe we should be friendly.
Yeah, well, let's be friendly then. These guys are... Well, they're xenophiles. And they're enigmatic observers, so as long as we don't...
But I think that is the thing we ran into.
We have encountered some kind of vast entity near Ascension's end. Let's... Oh, well. That's...
Which system was that? Aha!
Oh, it's the one... Well, that's fine.
It's not our problem.
Exactly. This is not our problem. We've encountered some kind of vast entity near Ascension's end. It appears to exist only partially inside our own universe, with the bulk of the creatures still trapped in whatever nightmarish realm it spawned from. There is a malevolence intelligence at work here, ancient beyond our concept of time and utterly alien in design. We can only guess as its purpose. Yeah, so they you know what? I got rid of one of the science ships for you.
Yes, thanks. Perfect.
We should probably build some more ships. Let's see, where is our fleet manager?
Just to deter.
Yeah, let's add... do I only have corvettes?
I think especially in the early game, it's always important to like max out naval capacity as much as possible, because that is actually preventing the AI from like raiding you.
Okay, well, we're
it's like with all the improvements we're making for the AI in terms of economy and stuff, we're mostly looking to make it more challenging in the mid and late game now, because I think early game AI is already on a good-ish state, let's say. So I don't want it to be like that the early game is the most difficult part of the game. That's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. No, and as I told you before we started streaming, that like I want you to tell me all of the things, just not confirm any of the things, because nothing we're talking about right now is like, don't trust us to be like, oh, they said this on the Crabbrave stream, so that's definitely happening. But looking forward, like, what are you interested in, like, looking into and, you know, improving more? You specifically talked about mid-late game. Like, what are you looking for, kind of? Also, do you want Chemical Bliss, more fleet,
the
or
most useless tech?
Yes. But it's the most useful tech, but it's got the best icon.
Yes, yeah, because it's the blue. Fleet command level, I guess, could be. Yeah, I mean, it's with AI. It's like, because it's using all the systems of the game. It's like such a complex beast that it's hard to like say we're going to fix that thing in this specific way.
Yeah.
Because there's like so many things that could happen along the way once we start investigating stuff. So it's what we can say is like we are looking at certain things and behaviors and we want to improve them in one way or another. So that's why I'm also a bit like ambiguous with like what we are going to fix in the future, of course. But that being said, it is our focus. First of all, our focus is to get the AI back up to be like a challenge for the player.
Yeah.
Because we felt in the recent month the AI was like a bit too weak. Once we've done that, the next thing that we're looking into is make the AI roleplay more. I think, because that is also something what the AI is supposed to be doing, like to roleplay its own government and ethics a bit better, a bit more interesting. because right now everything is a bit samey.
So how long have you been working on the AI at this point with Stellaris specifically?
Well, the very first moment when I started looking into it was beginning of last year. So it's like almost 1 year that we've started. So it was only me, but now I've been joined by a colleague, and now it's an official AI initiative.
Yeah.
Basically.
And like, was there like anything you at that point when you just started looking into it, you're like, what the why is it doing this?
Yeah, I mean, like it took even a couple of months to just get an understanding of what is happening.
Yeah.
That's fine, because it's, as I said, it's like it's a very complex beast.
Yeah.
There's so many systems interacting with each other, and then the AI needs to like play the same game as the player. So it took I sat there for like weeks and just observed and watched the AI. What is it doing? What is it deciding at which point? And like looking at the code base and whatnot to first get an understanding of what even can we change in order to improve things.
So we have a lot of influence, so we should probably spend some of it.
Capacity subsidies.
Yes.
That's the best.
Boom.
And mining subsidies.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. That should help.
We did it. We fixed it. Continue.
So we're fixing our economy, which is pretty much the same what we did with the AI. Because the AI, it was in a very rough state, let's say. It was even, sometimes you would let the AI run in an empty galaxy, only one empire. And after like 50 years or so, the economy of the whole empire would be like minus, everything was minus.
Yeah.
So the AI had big problems in getting, like even sustaining its own economy. That was like the first big thing to fix. Or like to update the AI on, because we had like so many new features, and then there was like significant balancing changes. For example, resource production went from being mostly from the buildings now to being mostly on the districts.
Yeah.
Which was a major thing, and then which the AI had big trouble in keeping up with. But now we made like, I think, really good progress. We got a lot of traction now, understanding like how the AI is working and what are the problems. And I think also we have like this in these dev diaries in the forum. We've like also outlined a bit what we're looking at, and we got feedback from a lot of players also. Like some of them even provided save games with stuff, and I think that was also really, really helpful.
So on that point then, if I'm playing and I'm playing and the AI is doing something that I don't think it should be doing from what what the Stellaris team has told us in the past, that this is how it should work, what's the best way to kind of convey that to your team? What do you need?
I mean, posting that stuff in the forums with save games attached and stuff is already like a pretty good way to do that, because then we can just like load the save game and look at the situation and like whatever the player has like described as happening or should not happen. And that is like, it's very good, because then you get like these edge cases that are really hard to find on your own sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we can't possibly test all the permutations that can happen in the game.
Yeah.
So whenever something like this happens, I'm super happy to like take a look at a save game, at a forum post, at like someone being angry at the AI. Yes, please, that is exactly what I need.
Okay, well, I think that's good to know, because that's always one of those things where it's like, we want to know what people think, and we want to know what they experience, but also you guys need to be able to see what actually happened, because it seems like there can be quite a big difference between the someone just explaining something and then you guys looking at it and being like, Oh, because it's all of these different things that are also happening. Like, there's, to me at least, from an outside perspective, Stellaris seems to be a lot of interconnected systems.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And that's why it can produce like really strange situations.
Uh-huh.
And then, like some of these constellations produce like weird. So many things happening.
Yeah, I am just
You're on fire.
I'm just building mining stations. Oh, let's see. A closer scan on the debris field around Trish 2A has led to the discovery of an airtight capsule containing an atomic clock that measures time with unparalleled precision. It has a frequency uncertainty so low that it will be another 879 million years before it gains a single second, and it is counting down to a date 42 years and 3 days away. The capsule holds no clue as to what this date signifies or who the owner is, but it seems as though someone out there has lost track of the time. So we can keep an eye on it, or we can destroy it.
Keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye.
It's for the next streamers then.
Exactly. Let's see. Where are you at? You're over here. New contact. Why does do not inter? Yeah, just stay away.
Stay put.
Just stay away. This, however, does probably mean that we should look. Hang on. Where is our fleet manager? Let's put
more fleets.
Yep, we do.
We probably want leaders also for.
Oh yeah, we do.
Like admirals.
Yeah, we should. Well, we have Zoidberg here,
Oh,
and but we can recruit one, and we will get the. You know what? We're actually going to get the logistics upkeep one, because he's probably going to pay for himself in the end. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. We should probably also, I feel like... Oh, right, I spent a lot of... I can't upgrade this, but I want to upgrade it, because it's now at the edge of our system. We should possibly also build one here. Well...
Which Paradox game is the most popular in your opinion?
Hmm. I mean, popularity is like it's one of those that's like it's easy to answer, but also kind of hard to answer. Like there's definitely a number of we know how many people play our games like every day of the week, kind of.
Yeah, it depends a bit on how you define popular.
Yeah. Also, we're up to 2 Stellaris devs, Vanity planet or systems in our within reach at the moment. That's not a record, but it's good to keep in mind.
I think like maybe like Hoy and Stellaris both are pretty popular.
Yeah. And then of course, there's also we have a lot of people that play several games, and then we have some people that are just no, I'm only playing this game.
We have mastered.
Do you since you're working with like game AI, is that something when you play games on your own time, is that something you look into?
Aha, there they
are. More than anything, let's go through this first. So here's the Swolfin hegemony. They are hegemonic imperialists. Otarian Fnatic Metal. This is such this is such a lovely like galaxy. Everyone likes each other here. We do not take kindly to your sort. We're gonna get destroyers.
Yes.
Because we need more pew pew.
Ah.
And kleptomatic rats are doing things, which is annoying. And
it's yeah.
Yes. So no, I interrupted you. What were you saying about
the Swolfins interrupt?
Yeah, they did. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it's a bit weird when you're working on a game and then like also playing it in your free time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think grand strategy games is the only type of game where it actually kind of works
Okay.
because they are designed in a way that the AI is like hiding its own like patterns of how it operates,
Mm-hmm.
which then still enables, like, despite me knowing how the AI works, and enables me to like still play it as a player and have like my player fantasies of the different races that I want to try out and things like that.
Yeah.
Because there's still enough random and enough stuff that can happen that it's still surprising, even for me.
We were dirt poor, and now we are less dirt poor. I'm not saying.
Plus 90. Now we should
Yeah.
we should build more industrial districts, because now we should convert all these minerals into alloys and consumer goods and research.
So that's probably what we have to do next time, because we are shockingly out of time.
That was fast.
Yes.
But we got like our economy back in order here.
Yeah, like I'm still terrified that the economy is not good enough, but we got our energy and our minerals back. We're actually positive on everything else. We have a lot of consumer resources, which is great. And I guess we have to get our naval capacity up so that we look less spooky. These guys are saying that they're still equivalent. We want to make sure that that's not necessarily the case for much longer, because we have been we've been hemmed in, and of course that's unacceptable, and maybe we have to do something about that. We'll see when we do that. Let us get some more food, please.
Yes.
But that's going to be next week. Thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us. And if you're going to take anything away from this, if you found any weird AI behavior or anything you want the AI initiative to know about, post it on the forums. Include some save games so that we can see what's going on. Any final words?
It was my first time being on a stream, and it's like super fast. Time run by super fast, but it's fun.